Have you ever looked at a powerful figure and asked yourself, how did someone like that rise so far? Why do we so often see mediocrity at the top, while real insight and integrity stay marginalized? Is this a flaw in the system, or the system working exactly as designed? To answer that, we turn to one of history's most misinterpreted thinkers, Niccolo Machiavelli. Known for his ruthless clarity on power, Machiavelli dissected political systems without illusions. But when you combine his insights with what we now know from psychology, a dark but consistent truth emerges. Foolishness often succeeds because it is better suited to the brutal logic of influence, and intelligence, especially moral intelligence, can be a dangerous liability. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to Mental Dose and join our Telegram channel for daily insights that support not just your body, but your personal and mental growth. Now let's begin our journey into one of the most unsettling paradoxes of power. At the core of this paradox is a troubling idea. The traits that make a person wise often make them politically weak. In The Prince, Machiavelli wrote that everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. This isn't just a warning, it's a fundamental insight. Perception dominates reality in power structures. Truly intelligent people tend to think in nuance. They question assumptions, acknowledge uncertainty, and see multiple sides of a situation. These are the exact qualities that often stall action, breed caution, and trigger doubt in others. In contrast, boldness, even when rooted in ignorance, gets mistaken for leadership. Modern research supports this. A 2017 study suggested that intelligence only correlates with leadership up to a point, around an IQ of 120. Beyond that, the most intelligent individuals often fail to connect. Their communication becomes too complex, their caution too alienating. In an environment that rewards simplicity and certainty, raw intellect can become social camouflage, rather than a stepping stone to power. So what kind of mind thrives in such a system? The one that makes confident noise, and the one that hides ignorance behind bravado. This brings us to a deeper psychological mechanism, one that distorts our very perception of who deserves to lead. Psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger revealed a cognitive blind spot that Machiavelli would have instantly recognized. People with limited skill often overestimate their abilities, while those with true competence are more aware of their limits. This isn't just personal, it's political. Confidence persuades, caution alienates. In leadership, especially in high-pressure environments, the appearance of certainty often matters more than substance. Studies show that overconfident individuals are frequently perceived as more capable leaders, regardless of actual performance. From startup culture to military hierarchies, this illusion of authority repeats. And it's not just individual charisma that drives this effect. The structure of modern communication reinforces it. In a media-driven world, certainty gets the headline. And when that certainty is unburdened by knowledge, it becomes a powerful, if dangerous, tool for influence. Platforms reward those who speak in absolutes. A confident soundbite travels faster than a complex truth. But the real danger lies not just in who rises, but in what they do once they've secured their position. Because in many cases, those who gain power through illusion don't stop there. They reshape the systems around them to lock in their control. Machiavelli didn't just study how power is gained. He studied how it is maintained. One of his most chilling observations was that insecure rulers often surround themselves not with talent, but with weakness. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. This is more than favoritism, it's strategy. Leaders threatened by competence choose subordinates who are unlikely to challenge them, those who are loyal, dependent, or mediocre. In doing so, they create a protective shell of incompetence, where no one within the system poses a threat, and no one is encouraged to think too much. And this isn't a historical anomaly. This pattern repeats across time and geography. From the Roman Empire to modern-day institutions, we see how power protects itself through calculated mediocrity. In Brazil's political appointments, in corporate boards that reward obedience over creativity, in regimes that trade qualified experts for flatterers, this isn't chaos. It's a structure. Before we continue, I hope this video is helping you see power and yourself through a more focused and empowered lens. If these insights resonate, consider sharing it with someone who might need this perspective. And if you'd like to support Mental Dose, you can do so by clicking the thanks button below. Your support helps us keep creating thoughtful, meaningful content. Now let's continue, because when these patterns meet crisis, the consequences can be even more dangerous. Why do people continue to elevate those who offer easy answers, even when the world clearly demands complexity? The answer lies in cognitive comfort. In uncertain times, we cling to simplicity, and leaders who project absolute clarity, even if false, offer a psychological refuge. But there's a deeper cost. Intelligent leaders are often restrained by ethics. Machiavelli acknowledged this without apology. It is necessary for a prince to learn how not to be good. Those who won't manipulate, won't lie, won't scapegoat, often lose to those who will. This creates a moral imbalance. The more principled you are, the fewer tactics you're willing to use. And in ruthless environments, that principle becomes a handicap. Modern studies show that individuals with psychopathic traits, lack of empathy, manipulativeness, charm, can outperform their ethical peers in organizational advancement, especially when charisma masks their deeper dysfunction. Worse still, this isn't just about individuals, it's systemic. When unethical tactics work, they become the new norm. What was once extreme becomes expected. What was once disqualifying becomes strategy. Machiavelli has been misunderstood for centuries. He wasn't advocating darkness, he was exposing it. And by doing so, he gave us tools to understand and tools to resist. Awareness is the first defense, but action must follow. We need systems that reward long-term thinking, honest feedback, and real expertise. We need to value humility over noise and complexity over slogans. On a personal level, that means cultivating critical thought, filtering what we consume, and staying reflective in a world that rewards reactivity. At Mental Dose, we're committed to creating that space for growth, for clarity, and for resilience. If this exploration resonated with you, subscribe to Mental Dose and become part of a community that values thoughtfulness over trend, depth over distraction, and leave a comment. Have you seen these dynamics unfold in your own world, in your workplace, your country, your circles? We'd love to hear from you, because while ignorance may rise fast, it burns out just as quickly. What endures is insight, integrity, and the courage to speak truth in a world that trades it for applause. Until next time, stay curious, stay aware, and stay mentally strong.